welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Trish, and I use this channel to share what my day-to-day life is like. It is Friday, and we are headed to Fan Expo Cleveland. I am so excited. I have never done anything like this before. Conventions can be a nightmare for a wheelchair user, so for a while I just kind of stayed away from them, but this one looks really accessible. I am Jack, my daughter will be Sally, and my husband is Oogie Boogie. This is more Disney bounding than cosplay. I was in the hospital up until Monday. I don't feel great, but we have had this plan for months and we're going. I looked around on their website. It looks really accessible. They have like a sensory room and it's not even designed for kids, like adults too. And I think that's awesome. They have lots of events. We are not doing a meet and greet or anything. We're just really going to take it all in. We want to shop. One accessibility issue has already popped up. The main parking garage is closed today. So me and my wheelchair are going to have to get outside in the cold, and I'm not going to be a happy Jack Skelly. But other than that, I hope it's accessible. I will review it. I'm going to share some food, hopefully, because I am feeling snackish. I'm on a lot of steroids right now for my autoimmune condition, and I want some sugar despite not usually eating that. So I hope to get to share a sweet treat. And I'm just going to share the experience. You know, I'll come back with a full accessibility review when we get home. I don't know how crowded it's going to be tonight. It's only open from like 3 to 8, so I'd assume it'd be less crowded than going on a Saturday or Sunday, but using a wheelchair does come with drawbacks. So if it's hard to see, they get short, something like that, it's because I just couldn't look at anything. But I hope that's not the case. I also don't know if I can film in every area, but I'm going to find out. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and join me on what is hopefully a wheelchair-friendly adventure. All right, let's get this makeup on you and let's get going. Over here. There is an accessible entrance here. How cool. Alright, this is a tiny bit overwhelming. There's a lot to look at. We're just going to go through, try to see it all. I don't think I'll show you every single vendor, but I'll show you around a little bit. Say hi. She is.
Would you like your picture taken with any of our...
You want your picture taken with their car?
Vigo, the Carpathian? Don't worry, he is locked in that panty for good. He will not come out.
Why?
What's that?
I fed her this morning, so she's not very bitey. A little bitey, but not very. See, she likes that.
Oh, there are a lot of loungeflies here. If you watch my videos, you might notice I love loungefly. They have a whole row of comic book artists here, and I've seen them sprinkled in throughout the other vendors too. We're going to check out the Muppets because my daughter loves Muppets. All right, twist it.
There you go.
The Cleveland Public Library has a video game set up. It's cool.
The squish toys are very squishy, but dragons are very cool.
We're done. It was accessible. They did not falter on that promise. The elevators were clearly marked. There was nice pathways where it wasn't too busy. Going on a weekend would be a nightmare. Like, I'm glad we did Friday night because that shopping got busy. I didn't love it. I hate saying bad things. It was entertaining. There was lots of shopping. It just wasn't what I pictured from looking at videos from like last year. There wasn't as much interactiveness, maybe because we went on a Friday night. I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. The accessibility was good. Some of their employees, especially the camera people, were a little rude. Literally almost took out my kid twice. 2 different camera people trying to get shots. And I understand you have a job to do. I do. But maybe in a crowded space be a little mindful that my kid doesn't want taken out by a microphone cord around her neck. And she's little. Because there were a lot of kids there, even on a Friday night. And I, as a wheelchair user, have to be very careful everywhere I go not to squish anyone. So it would be nice to get that courtesy back. I loved all the homemade vendors. I wanted more homemade vendors, honestly. I would have liked to see more handmade stuff. There was a lot of, like, Temu stuff, for a lack of better terms, and it was expensive. We did not eat there. I didn't find any ice cream. They did have fudge. It looked pretty good, but that's not what was on my heart. I don't normally eat like pre-processed sugar, so I wasn't wasting it on fudge. I wanted ice cream, but they didn't have any. That's okay. I didn't know that they would. I just hoped that maybe some cool Japanese ice cream. I don't know what I hoped for. It wasn't what I hoped for. And I've never been to anything like that, so I didn't know what I was expecting. I had just watched YouTube videos from last year, and it looked a little better. This won't put us off of these type of things. We're going to share more with you. It just, I don't know, wasn't what I had expected. Shout out to the people from the Great Lakes Medieval Fest, though. They were amazing. We showed up kind of after they started their little thing, and they were finishing up with a family, and they did this whole thing again with my daughter, and they were so awesome. Go visit the folks at Great Lake Medieval Fest this summer. They're an awesome organization. We've gone several times. I don't know if I've ever filmed it. I'll film it if we go this year. The Cleveland Public Library had a whole video game room. That was really cool. I got this keychain. I feel like it has double meaning as a wheelchair user, because sometimes I roll right off a curb on that too. And I'm a bad driver. No, I'm not that bad of a driver. The lady that had that stand, I know I showed it. She was nice enough to give my daughter a free little Pokemon, so I wanted to buy something, and I love that. Sarah did more shopping than any of us. My husband didn't find anything. What'd you find?
A puppy.
The Japanese machines where you put in the coins, I showed you. She loves those. I know they're always ridiculously expensive for what you get. It's just little trinkets, but it brings her joy, and it brings me joy. So I think she's going to open one more for us. She got a bunch of stickers. I really tried to stick with the handmade vendors other than this, because I want to support small shops. There was a circus school, and they apparently have one here in Cleveland, and they're going to have one in Akron, which is exciting. And the lady was so nice and talked to my daughter about how she's traveled all over the world with circus. And we got an Anna, too. You want to show your Pokemon? Here is the Pokemon that nice lady gave her. She said it wasn't as clicky as it should have been, but she was thrilled with it, and I love my keychain. All right, we're going to wrap that up. We had a good time regardless. You know, on this channel, there's no bad times. It's always a good time. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you soon.